Zone.
We are starting our webinar, and please mute everyone. People. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very happy to welcome you at our online Unicorn Pitches US. We have a fantastic event today. Only the best startups will be pitching live and great investors within reach. You are at Unicorn.Events, the world's largest startup pitch contest. Welcome, everyone. Our thanks goes to our organizers, Network Silicon Valley Club and Startup Network. And I'm so happy to let you know that Unicorn.Events and Startup Network have created, Network Silicon Valley Club, have created a collaboration. And I welcome you at Network Silicon Valley Club, syndicate for accredited investors, where best deals are made. Great people, vibrant private investors community, extraordinary investment opportunities, and many interesting events. Really hope you'll be able to join us in our journey, and we are ready to welcome any investors that share our values of trust and cooperation, and looking forward to investing into the US startups. We invest together with the top VC funds in the US startups with ARR over $1 million and in industries that are proven to succeed. We are building connections to illuminate opportunities. And Maxim Strelchenko is within your reach. In our panelist is the founder of our wonderful Network Silicon Valley Club. Please unmute yourself.
Yeah, just wish you all good luck with speeches, and yeah, good luck. All the best.
Thank you, Maxim. And in addition to many more interesting things that will be happening in Network Silicon Valley Club, we will be having events all over this fall. Unicorn Pitches US in many interesting industries that many of us had asked us to add. Besides traditional SaaS, AI, cybersecurity, FinTech and DefenseTech will be having blockchain, gaming, health tech, biotech, space tech, robotics, and women in venture capital. Event I'm personally looking forward to very much. So please refer us to the startups that are fundraising, and please join us to see future unicorns. And next event is happening on September 10th. Please mark the date in your calendar and ping me if you would like to have a personal invite, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of you here. Besides online Unicorn Pitches US, we are doing in-person events in the heart of the Silicon Valley in Palo Alto. Please use this QR code to secure your place at the event, and where you can meet famous VCs in person. And as a participant of our event, you get a 10% discount by submitting the special discount code you see on the screen. So please save it to yourself or ask us and we will send it to you right away. Don't you worry. And see you in person in Palo Alto. We are at Unicorn.Events decided to take an advantage of our 15 years of experience of screening thousands of startups, and we are picking out those who have a potential to become unicorns. We noticed that startups that raise the fastest and the ones that clearly stand out are the ones that invest into the improvement by accessing the right people or accessing the right data or the right services. So I honestly recommend you to upgrade your startup, to stand out from the crowd, to reach out to the right people, and we can help you to reach all of these goals. We are at Unicorn.Events at Network Silicon Valley Club, a part of the big ecosystem that nourishes and fosters innovation and growth for startups as well for the VCs and private investors. And we have lots and lots of ideas to share and energy to put into work. So let's explore synergies. Let's talk more. If you're looking for new business opportunities, just reach out to us and we will sit down, meet, and discuss what we can do together. And it's time to start our event, Unicorn Pitches US in SaaS, AI, cybersecurity, FinTech, and DefenseTech. Our great judges will be evaluating each startup's investment potential, and at the end, we will have the winner announced. This event is happening thanks to our sponsors, NetworkVC, the heart of and the management company of our global ecosystem and main center of our venture activities. Network Silicon Valley Club, our golden sponsor, where great deals for accredited investors are made. And our silver sponsor, Startup Inc., an investor onboarding and management platform to get an access to the exclusive deals worldwide. We at Network Silicon Valley Club use Startup Inc. to facilitate our investors' digital journey. Thank you so much, dear sponsors, for your continued support. And we have a special guest today, Vitaly Ivanishin, CEO and founder at startup Hubme, all-in-one management solution for personal and household routine. It's already an operational business and it's growing fast. Check out yourself to see how easy everyday life can be with the right app. Hubme has great reviews at Apple Store and Google Store and clearly outperforms its competitors. Please pay special attention to this future unicorn. You can find all the information regarding Hubme along with Vitaly's contact information in our featured section at the event page and in your mailbox. Now, we have new addition to our voting system. Guests can vote. Please scan this QR code and put thumbs up for your favorite startup. Dear startups, you can send out the links to everybody you know so they can get more likes, and we will see who is more true in choosing the unicorn startup, our judges who will be voting with the barcode, or our guests who will be voting with a thumbs up, right? And it's time to present our judges. We have representatives of great venture funds and companies who will be evaluating startup investment potential. We have a wonderful, wonderful audience today. Lots of people will be watching us also online. So dear judges, please open up. Please introduce yourself shortly for 1 minute, stating what industry you invest in, what stage, what's check size, what's you would like to tell the startups. We have only 15 minutes available for the introduction of all the judges section, so please make it short, quick, and precise. And to do that in right order, please push the button raise hand you see in your menu, Zoom menu. And I'm really happy to start with Mariette. Mariette, so nice to see you with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I love doing this. It's so much fun. I'm Mariette Wharton, and I've been an angel investor and a VC for over 12 years. And I have invested in quite a number of SaaS, AI, defense tech, mostly robotics. And the check size can range from 10,000 to $1 million. I've been doing that for 12 years. And I also run a nonprofit, and I do female venture building all over the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Mariette. Great to have you with us. Kelly Lua. Hello, it's always a pleasure.
Always glad to meet you. Thank you for having me. I'm Kelly Lua, founder and investor at Mans International from Toronto, Canada. We focus on B2B deep tech companies in the digital health and digital economy, with the initial investment up to $500,000. We specialize in accelerating tech companies' growth through our extensive networks in North America and Asia. I'm excited to hear your pitches and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly, for coming. And Keisha, hello.
Hey, everyone. Thank you all so much for having me. I am Keisha Theobald Van Gent, and I'm here representing Beta Ventures. So we are a B2B software fund investing in seed all the way through Series C. We're a relatively new fund, but we are actively deploying capital. We have 37 investments in the last 3 years. 5 of those were done in the last month. So I'm excited to be here, and please connect with me on LinkedIn.
Thank you for coming, Keisha. And John, hello.
Hi, I'm John Rainey with Miller Media 7. I've been working with startups for about 25 years. Miller Media has been working with them for about 14. What we offer is a zero-risk custom software development team. Our staff is all senior level. We're staffed with software engineers, designers, digital strategists, and marketers have been working with startups, as I said, over 15 years. We do this while working lean to meet your budget. As far as investment goes, that's a little bit more selective between our CEO and the startups we're working with, which we discuss on a case-by-case basis. I'll put my link up in the chat box if you'd like to talk.
Great idea. Thank you, John. Yes, please, your links for connection at our chat in Zoom. It's really advisable. So everybody can connect with you. Diane, hello.
Hello, everybody. I'm Diane with She Raises Capital. We work with female founders to provide them educational resources about the fundraising process, but also for those founders who are ready to raise their seed and Series A, we work with them one-on-one through our deal campaign and provide them access to female founder-friendly investors. Looking forward to the pitches today.
Thank you, Diane. We do too. Felipe, hello.
Hi, everybody. I'm Felipe Izquierdo. I'm an angel investor based out of New York City. I also work in post-IPO strategy for a fintech firm right now. In terms of my individual investments, I specialize in consumer fintech and SaaS, particularly for seed and pre-seed. And let me know if you want to connect.
Great to have you, Felipe. And Brigitte, hello.
Hi, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I'm so happy to be here. I am Bridget L. Smith, and I am a very, very active investor. I have invested since 2021 in over 300 startups, 300. I think I'm up to 17 venture capital funds, GP in 1 firm, venture partner in 4 firms. And I just hopped off another call with 300 investors where I showcase some underrepresented founders. So this is my day-to-day. I'm so excited to be here. My minimum check size is usually no less than 10. My highest is about 250K. I was based in Silicon when I was an executive at Google. And now I'm based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where I love the Midwest. So happy to see you, happy to hear your pitches today, and I'm rooting for all of you.
Thank you, Bridget. So nice of you to join us. Avanti.
Hi, Avanti Shah from San Francisco, entrepreneur, board member and venture investor, and LP at a couple of venture funds. Check sizes are 25K to 250K, and enthusiastic about Web3 and AI technologies. And most of the investments are post the seed stage.
Great to have you with us. Thank you. Chanadan?
Yeah, hi, I'm Chandan, based in Bangalore, India. My background is primarily into enterprise software. Our fund largely focuses on software, but we also invest in some of the other sectors. It's primarily the early stage to pre-series A, around 100 to 250K is the sweet spot. Thanks.
Thank you. Charletta? Hello.
Hello, everybody. My name is Charlotta. I am a general partner with Mighty Oaks Capital Partners. We engage with founders at the pre-seed to Series A stage. Our sweet spot for check sizes are between 250,000 to $1 million. We are fairly industry agnostic, and I'm wishing all of the startups a great pitch.
Thank you so much. Hoping to hear that. Jamal, hello.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I'm Jamal, founder of Stellar Consultancy, and we specialize in helping founders raise capital. Our primary focus is tech and real estate, and we usually work with founders who are looking to raise anywhere from $1 to $100 million in funding. So we essentially do every single thing when it comes to raising capital, be it your pitch decks, your campaign planning, your outreach strategy, your warm introductions, essentially doing every single thing for the founders. Happy to have you here.
Great to have you. Thank you, Jamal. Olga, hello.
Yeah, hi. So I'm an angel investor, mainly early stages, and I prefer fintech as I have 20 years experience in banking. As a provocative coach, I help businesses, including startups, to support their growth and also to increase efficiency. And in corporate world, I work as a head of services in the company, which is called Collaboration Betters the World, mainly the banking sector as well. So happy to be here today.
Happy to have you, Olga. Daniel, hello.
Hi, everyone. Great to be here. Thank you for inviting. I'm from GGW Ventures, the Silicon Valley-based investment group. We represent two angel groups from Eastern Europe and here. And we're also backed by a large investor network of global world. Well, and we are friends with Startup Network and Unicorn.Events. We are focused on software companies only, and primarily on seed stage and later. Minimum ARR, monthly MRR actually is expected 10K or more. And yeah, good luck, everyone. I'm 5 years with this amazing events. You guys rock it, and so it's just honor to be here. Thank you.
Great to have you with us, Daniel. Jonathan.
Hi, all. I'm Jonathan right here. I'm a serial entrepreneur who's been a founder, CEO, VC, and general counsel. Currently, I'm a lawyer representing high growth and venture-backed companies as fractional general counsel and in formations, financings, and mergers and acquisitions. We use alternative fee structures, usually containing equity. I was an angel investor and continue to be one. I've made investments mainly in healthcare companies, including biotechs, health services companies, and medical device companies. Excited to be here, and good luck to all the future unicorns.
Wonderful that you could come. And if there are no more wishes to speak up.
Anna,
yes,
I
David.
can say.
Yes, John. Okay, let's start with you then.
Oh, David, you can go first.
Oh, John, come on.
Okay.
Speak up.
All right. Hi, everyone. Great to see you. My name is Crazy John, aka John Koja Morioka from Tokyo, Japan. It's 2 a.m., but very excited to be here to see all of you. So I represent mainly 4 different venture capitals. One is called Arca Venture Labs in Silicon Valley and India. We invest in early seed Indian startups. And advise of CVVC based in Switzerland and Africa. We invest in 66 different blockchain and Web3 startups. And I represent venture partner of B Health Ventures in Taiwan. We focus on medtech and medical AI. And a venture partner of Mendoza Ventures. It's a VC in San Francisco and Boston, focused on investing in AI, cybersecurity, and fintech. So I'm very happy to be here, and best luck to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, John, for staying so late at night to be here.
You're welcome.
And David, round it all for us, please.
Thank you. So I'm a little unusual because I'm not as much of an investor as I am in terms of my background as currently a patent attorney focusing on AI after being a mathematician and software developer for 20 years. And most recently, I've just, in terms of my work with artificial intelligence, I was recognized by the Daily Journal as a top AI attorney. So I'm trying to do that. And I hope you all are doing well and look forward to the pitches.
We do too. Great to have you, David, with us. And Marianne, hello.
Hi, my name is Marianne. I'm a general partner at Progressive Ventures. I invest in B2B AI startups, and I also run Women Founders Bay, which is a nonprofit that is on a mission to empower women founders. And we run one of the largest community of tech female founders here in the Bay Area. Really nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
Always pleasure to see you. And dear judges, that's so great that you are with us today because you have an important role to play. you have to vote for the startups to select who will be future unicorn. You have all got your own voting links. They are in your calendar and in your email. If something is missing, please contact our girls. They will help you to find it. So beneath each startup on our event page, you have a scroll bar, which is moving left and right from 1 to 10. 1 is being low investment potential, 10 is being the highest investment potential. No confirmation button, nothing. Just move the scroll bar to the position where you think it's fair, and that is it. Leave it this way. You can always change your marks before the voting is closed, which will be announced separately. And please vote for all the startups so our algorithm can work correctly, and so the startups will be evaluated on an equal basis. And now, please meet our wonderful participants. 9 startups we had selected. We tried to select 8, but they were so great. We had to have the 9th startup. And they are representing different spheres, different industries. We fit in the theme of our event, but they are wonderful, absolutely wonderful. I have heard them yesterday, all the pitches at our probing session, and you're up for a treat. And to lead this pitch session with the startups, please meet our wonderful, my colleague, Anna, who is Partner Relations Manager at Network Silicon Valley Club. Anna, it's a pleasure to introduce you and give mic to you.
Hi everyone, I'm happy to see all of you today. Dear startup founders, you will have 3 minutes to pitch and 3 minutes for the Q&A with the judges. Please keep your answer short so as many judges as possible can talk to you. And now I'd like to give the floor to our first startup, QSecure. Skip, you will have 3 minutes. Please share your screen.
Great, yes, I'm going to share right now. Thank you. Let me see if you guys can see, and here we go. Okay. Should be the screen, making it large. Okay.
Yes,
there we
let's
go.
start.
Great. Skip Sanzeri. Hi, I'm co-founder and COO of QSecure. What I'm going to tell you today might be a little bit surprising, and you might have heard of quantum computers, but quantum computers, due to the way they calculate, are slated to break all of the encryption that we use globally. This is the largest upgrade cycle in history. This includes every bit of digital communications, the internet, and everything connected, and up to 20 billion devices need to change over the next 5 to 10 years, or they will get broken by quantum computers. QSecure has been recognized as the leader in the entire space globally. So our little 42-person company out of Silicon Valley has been chosen as the one that's going to solve this problem. Now, we expect competition later, but we've been told by Gartner and other advisors like Frost & Sullivan that we're ahead of the curve by 2 or 3 years. We've got some traction to support that and some partners to support that. But needless to say, you're going to hear more about this. AI and quantum computers together will be even more difficult to handle. And as we know with any great technology, a lot of times the bad guys use it before we can even use it for good. So these risks are to every single industry, all data. And we've seen the breaches that have happened, so this is no surprise. The breaches are getting worse. AT&T, United Health. These are hundreds of millions of records that have gone out. I found out today, thank you very much, my social security number is out on the dark web now. So that's the kind of fun we're all up against. This affects all electronic communications globally. So this will affect every country and every bit of it. The bottom line is we're all on the internet and all of us are there. Every single device can be accessed. So think of any keyboard in the world able to access any other device in the world. Let me start with our traction here. So we have 9 federal contracts now. You see our customers on the left: Verizon, Swisscom, ExxonMobil, Sabadell, Unisys, IBM. Our partners that are taking us to market, Accenture, Amazon, AWS, Cisco, Dell, NVIDIA, they've all standardized on QSecure. And the reason is because we are deploying software. The way our software works is we deploy an orchestrator which serves out the new cryptography. So now this is the first cryptographic upgrade in 20 years. NIST, our National Institute of Standards, are the ones that are pushing this, and we expect the first algorithm to come out in a matter of a week or so. So we're right on top of this sea change in encryption. What we do is we make it really easy for the enterprise to put this on all of their servers, on their IoT, on their edge devices, even satellites. So QSecure is the easy button to deploy this across all the enterprise. And that's why all these accounts have landed. The big differentiator is we don't require any upgrade to existing cryptography. You're going to hear a term called crypto agility. That means the ability to switch these algorithms because we're going to have multiple new algorithms. QSecure has already built in cryptographic agility, which you see on the screen. You simply press a button, change cryptography. That's my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for this exciting presentation. Jordan, let's start our Q&A session.
Hello, Mr. Skip. Good to see you. It's been 3+ years from San Francisco. Skip, the presentation missed the mark for me. You spent too much time on the fear and the concern and the worries, and not enough time about the hope and what you're going to solve for me. And we didn't get spent any time on the business model. So on the business model, what's your licensing or revenue model? What's your average per account? And what's your forecast for the next 3 years?
Yep, we're a security as a service, so a SaaS model. Average per account is $1 million annually, and we seem to be on that. Projections for the next 3 years, 8 million year one, 15 million year two, 30 million year three. We seem to be on those projections. We got a pipeline of about 20 million now. And yeah, sorry, I missed the mark for you. I apologize.
Are you post or pre-revenue?
Oh, post revenue. Yeah, we've got, right now we're at 3.6 million ARR, 8 million in bookings. And that's all in the last 6 months because we just launched our product at the end of last year.
So next presentation, I would say, hello, my name is Skip. QSecure with $3.8 million ARR. Now let me talk to you, and that would change the whole conversation for you.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Thank you, Philip. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much for the presentation. Looks really exciting. I really admired all the logos that you've been managed to sign on. Could you talk a little bit more about the traction you've had? What's the net retention within your current clients, or has the adoption been increasing during the months that you've signed them on?
It's increasing rapidly now. Thank you for the question, by the way. So Accenture has standardized. They are taking us to market. They have taken us into 4 deals, and they have 12 more for us by year end. So they have chosen QSecure, AWS, Amazon as well. We developed a product with Cisco. So our router product is developed with Cisco, and we have an ISV co-sell with Dell. They're also taking us to market. The traction in the accounts started with POCs, and now we're converting those into production. Our federal traction has been starting with SBIRs, but now we're talking about programs of record because we did go through compliance. We finished SOC 2 Type 2, and now we're working on FedRAMP. So we're moving as fast as we can on the compliance front. But needless to say, the pressure at the federal level, NIST and the federal government have mandated that all federal has to upgrade to post-quantum cybersecurity, what we do. So the entire federal government of the US is on track to upgrade. Now we're starting to see the benefits of that.
Thank you very much. Kayla, please ask a question.
Thank you, Anna. Hi, Skip. 2 quick questions. Who are your major competitors, and how advanced is your technology compared with them?
Sure. We have a couple of competitors that have chosen the process of doing APIs and SDK. So in other words, working at the application level. We think that you can't solve the enterprise problem application by application, or you're going to have thousands of things to upgrade. You need one central orchestration. So groups like Sandbox AQ, you may have heard of them. IBM is also beginning to compete, but not quite. We've, in fact, in talking with them, they say we're about 2 years ahead. So I think what we've built was very prescient, and it was very advanced in thinking, but our team is amazing. We didn't know that it was right, but now it's getting affirmed that it's right. So we haven't really seen any formidable competitors elsewhere. We haven't lost any deals, and none of our customers have quit yet. So and we're into RFPs. We are finishing RFPs with Federal Reserve and Saudi Aramco now. And we're the only ones that can do those RFPs because they're asking for cryptographic agility.
The time for the Q&A session is over. Mariette and Bridget, please use our chat to ask all the questions you want to know. The next startup we have is Banner and Capital Management. Dear Shana, let's start. Please share your screen.
Absolutely. One moment. Oh, hold on one sec. It did something weird. I want to be able to see the screen. It put it up, but I couldn't see it. There we go. All right. My name is Shayna Orzik-Sissel, and I am the founder and CEO of Bonrian Capital Management, the first and only alternative investments platform made for advisors by advisors. I started my career 23 years ago in the financial services industry as a financial advisor, and I've dedicated my career to working with and helping financial advisors build alternative investment platforms. I'm sure everybody on this call has a financial advisor and is planning to retire at some point. But one of the reasons why a lot of folks aren't going to meet their financial goals is because most financial advisors know intuitively that alternative investments are available for their clients and that they outperform traditional investments. But 74% of financial advisors don't use alternative investments. And with the proliferation of alternatives platforms, that seems counterintuitive. So why is it? Meet Stoy Hall. He's one of our financial advisors on the Bonrian platform. And as Stoy points out, advisors don't use alts because operationally they're a hassle. They're very complex and they're very hard to bill on. And most of the current solutions don't consider how the advisor business model works in building their platform solutions. At Bonrian, we see a huge opportunity here with $128 trillion of assets under management by traditional wealth advisors, including the mass affluent, which has largely been underserved. And most of the current solutions do not address what advisors want. Business development support, direct contact with asset managers, educational resources, alternatives for all clients, not just those that are accredited or qualified, improved operational and compliance workflows, and integration with their existing tech stack. Our solution is a B2B SaaS model marketplace subscription where we provide all of the tools that an advisor needs to effectively scale, monitor, bill, and allocate to alternative investments. These are our current partners, and this is growing. We ended last year at 11 partners, and we are now up to 16, with 5 more that are in the pipeline to onboard this year. We are well on our way to meet our goals for 2024. Here are some key milestones. We did $525,000 in revenue in the last 12 months, which is a 42% increase from last year, 57% increase in our MRR, and we are on forecast to do over $1 million in revenue this year. We've launched our pilot group of advisors who manage over $15 billion in assets under management. And in the first month, we had over $20 million flow to our platform partners. We won a number of, and we integrate with all the major tech platforms that advisors use. A little bit about me and my team. We are female-founded, female-led, and we're pretty proud of that. So I have 5 seconds left, and I'm ready to take any questions you have.
Thank you very much for the speech. Mariette, please ask a question.
Great to see female-led team. How are you segmenting your customers?
So we segment them by financial advisors and asset manager platform partners. Both are charged a fee to use the platform, flat fees. The asset manager fee is higher than the advisor fee. And then we also have a revenue share with our partners at Mammoth Technology who build our investor portals, where we get 20% of all revenue that is generated through the portals that they build for Bonrian.
Daniel, please ask your question.
Yeah, so who's your ideal customer profile? You mentioned so many segments of customers, but who's your core main ideal customer?
So we don't exist without financial advisors using our platform. We're very fortunate that we have been able to launch with 6 platform partners that manage over $15 billion in assets under management. We have over $100 billion of advisor assets in our pipeline, and some of the largest aggregators in the space, like Hightower, Dynasty Partners, Crescent Capital, are all currently evaluating our software solution on an enterprise level. We don't exist without those folks. On the other side, the asset manager partners, we're looking for alternative asset managers who need help distributing to the advisor channel and are dedicated to supporting advisors. It's part of our screening process, is making sure that asset managers are committed to supporting advisors and not just looking to, grab assets and not support, which I think is a big problem with our competitors.
Thank you, Dan. The floor is yours.
There we go. You briefly just mentioned competitors, and that was going to be my question, because these alternative investment aggregators are becoming a lot more popular. So are you planning to have a first mover advantage? What is your strategy to compete?
Well, we're clearly not the first mover. iCapital and Case are the two biggest players in the space right now. But most advisors use both because neither is particularly good at their job. In our case, our key advantage is that we are built for advisors by advisors, and we built our tools and our technology to integrate perfectly with the advisor business model. Even with the current solutions, advisors have difficulty having to do manual reconciliation of performance data and have difficulty reconciling billing and doing bill auditing. And all of those workflows are built into our solution. So it's very seamless, and it works directly with Orion, Black Diamond, Adapar, and Tamarack, which are 95% of the market share of the operational back office softwares that advisors use. I formerly worked at Orion and built an optimization tool for direct indexing. So I'm very familiar with how all of those tools integrate with things like what we're doing.
Unfortunately, the time flies and the Q&A is over. You can use our chat to ask all the questions. Now we are moving on to the next startup. Please welcome Dealpad and its founder, Adam. Your 3 minutes will start right now.
Thank you.
Make the full screen, please.
Okay, thank you. Can you see my screen?
Oh, yes, but not full screen. Now it's okay.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Adam, a Brit in New York City and founder at Dealpad. Dealpad is B2B SaaS that enables sellers and their buyers to orchestrate a joint process to align and collaborate through the purchasing evaluation together. For sellers, it provides access to much larger groups of the buying committee and full visibility of what's happening in their deal. And for buyers, a frictionless buying experience that centralizes everything they need to go through in one space. I've sat in the seat of our buyer for more than 20 years at companies like Salesforce and Intuit. I've also founded two B2B software companies with 2 exits. And my co-founder and CTO, Kim, is a software engineer formerly at Facebook. The problem is that last year, 65% of B2B companies missed their revenue quotas. Tellingly, almost 70% of the sales reps missed their individual quotas, which means it's impossible for companies to hit their revenue goals. And it led to almost $1 trillion of lost pipeline on revenue. 53% of B2B SaaS companies had 0 growth last year. And almost 1,000 hours per team were wasted in deals that weren't won. Because sellers don't close deals. Buyers do. And yet when you look at the market today, Gong, Salesforce, HubSpot, they don't allow buyers to come into the platform. These are one-sided platforms. Dealpad enables the seller and the buyer to go through a process together and uses AI to look at buyer interaction data and recommends actionable insights the sales team can implement to close deals and align further with their buyers. Today, we have 11 customers, and we've intentionally stayed with these 11 to really understand what fit and value looks like for them, and we're now ready to scale. We have 100% annual renewals. Our revenue model is ARR. We have 120,000 of annual recurring revenue so far, which we've booked in 6 months. We're an alum of the 500 Global Network. We went through the accelerator last year, and we're currently raising 700,000, and we have 3,000 open on our safe. The market's big, 25 billion spent globally on sales software, and 4.2 billion will be spent in the next few years on customer collaboration software. We've already been named a leader by G2 in our market, and we aim to triple revenue over the next few years, leading to around 30 million ARR by 2029 and an exit. We've got a good pipeline, $210,000 already in contract, 1.3 million of opportunities in our pipeline without a sales team or a marketing effort to date. And we have 197 inbound leads that have come through SEO that we're ready to sell to. Thank you, and any questions?
Thank you very much. Jordan, the floor is yours.
Are you on mute, Jordan?
Jordan?
Thank you for the presentation. Crunchbase says you're 4 years old and $4 million fund raised. You're sitting at 120 ARR. The algebra doesn't add up. How is that possible?
What says that, sorry?
A 4 years old company with $120,000 ARR and $4 million raised. The algebra isn't working for me. Why is that?
No, we've raised 400,000 so far. We've got 300,000 open, and we were founded in 2023 last year in April.
Okay, so Crunchbase is not correct.
Crunchbase? Oh, I don't know.
All right, then I apologize.
Obviously not, if that's the data it's got.
Very well. So 120, you're raising 700. What does the 700 unlock in terms of revenue for 25 and 26?
Yeah, so we're at 120 now. We think with the contracts we have, we'll be at 280 by the end of this year. That 700 unlocks 1.2 million of ARR next year and 3.2 million by the end of 26.
And will you be cash positive in between now and then?
We'll be cash positive, we hope, by the end of next year.
Okay.
Thank you, Marriott. I see the rest
Do check Crunchbase, make sure it's
I
correct.
will, thank you. I really
else.
appreciate that. I certainly will after this. Thank you.
Thank you. What are the other competitors in this space? And also, could you describe briefly what you do? How does it work?
Yeah, sure, of course. So competitors is quite a saturated market if you look at the market in totality. But if you look at Accord and Dealpad, we're pretty much aligned, for want of a better term. So the way that Dealpad works is you bring your buyer into the platform and you're able to centralize all of the materials, the people, and the tasks that are needed for a seller and a buyer to go through an evaluation together. And so everything's in one place, and it gives the sellers real visibility of what the buyers are doing. Often, most decisions are made when the seller isn't there. And for the buyer, it just makes their experience so much easier. One of the biggest pieces of feedback we've had from our customers is that buyers love it and ask them, what they're using, because it just makes their life so much easier.
Thank you, Reddy. What would you like to ask?
Adam, good presentation. I have two concerns, if you will. One is the space is saturated. You have Clary, Gong, Aviso, and how is your go-to-market?
Yeah.
What are you how are you differentiating to make inroads against these competitors?
Yeah, so we're actually already in discussions with one of the very large sales software vendors who want to partner with us, because what Gong and Clary and the companies you mentioned haven't got is any buyer interaction data, any engagement data from buyers, because buyers can't go into their platform. And so actually they're missing a really key data point when it comes to what they really need to be able to do. So what they're trying to do is make sales teams more efficient, help them forecast better. What they don't have is the one piece of data that helps them do that, which is the buyer data. That's what Dealpad has. And our AI is looking historically at what happens, how many stakeholders you have in a deal, what they look like, what time they spend in a deal, and then looking at live buyer engagement data and making predictions.
Adam, I'm sorry, but the time for the Q&A is over. Let's continue in the chat. Next in line, we have the startup Dark Matter. Joseph, the countdown will start soon. Please share your presentation.
Thanks, everybody. So Dark Matter is a material science company. We are a defense tech company that specializes also in defense tech and sports. We developed a variable composite technology. Instead of absorbing impact, we actually disperse and redirect that energy. We focused on the military to start with because we have a very unique made in the USA material, which we put IP on. It's a viscoelastic polyurethane that actually measurably improves protection for the warfighter and for now the athlete. It's layered. Our IP is focused on the layered system, and it's also very lightweight. So how do we stack up against the competition? Companies that have been around for a long time, very well. We're less expensive. We have ruggedized waterproof materials, and we focus on the things that keep soldiers in the fight. So how do we sell our products? How do we go to market? There's three different variables. We have products that we've developed, and we also sell raw goods. So those raw goods go into the armor companies who integrate these products directly into the back of the armor. We sell those on a worldwide basis. We also sell through distributors directly to the DoD and MOD and law enforcement procurement systems, GSA schedules, NSPA schedules, We sell across all NATO countries into Europe. And as you can imagine right now with the chaos that our world is ensuing, it is a very busy time for us. We also sell to integrators. Those integrators incorporate our materials into their sports products. So shoulder pads, shin guards for soccer, gloves for cricket, boxing gloves, you name it. So we focused on a few main sports to start with. Football, we work on an internal helmet liner as well as outside the helmet shells that you're seeing NFL players wearing in all their training camps today. Ice hockey, basketball, big thing in basketball are pants that go under the shorts to protect their hips. Baseball, all those things you're seeing protecting shins and forearms against that fastball that can do some serious damage. So the way our materials work is that it instead of the actual impact being absorbed, it dissipates the energy through a multiple wave layer system. Still keeps everything super thin, super light, in some cases lighter than it is in today's product. We're also antimicrobial, which as you're getting into helmets and other types of products is critical. So now we've taken the same materials out of sports, out of the warfighter, and now gone into commercial. So we work with medical. We help wheelchair patients be able to not have sores on their arms after leaning on them for extended periods of time. We protect critical infrastructure. We up armor the actual utility grid. So if you've seen the terrorist attacks that are taking place, we help prevent those. Our management team's been around a while, an average of 30 years experience, not just in business, but also in training tier 1 operators in the war fighting that goes on today. Our board of advisors ranges everything from the foremost neurosurgeon to war fighters that have been guarding a country for the last 15 years.
Let's start.
And we're raising a $7 million round at a $30 million free.
Please ask your question.
Yeah, they're interesting company. So one thing that concerns me a little bit is just you're in a lot of different industries that are very different, automotive, medical, military. So how are you focusing? How are you dividing your resources to conquer those?
Great question. So the way that we divide the resources against those is that we sell raw goods. So we're selling the exact same product to whether you're making a shin guard or whether you're up armoring a utility grid. It's the same materials from us. So we sell through distributors, we sell through laminators, we sell through converters. So it's very little resource on our side. It's a lot of the emphasis and integration goes on to the actual companies that are integrating those products into the end user.
John, now it's your turn.
Yep, I'm just curious where you're manufacturing.
So we manufacture our raw goods in Georgia, about an hour north of Atlanta. Our products are made in Rochester, New York.
Oh, thank you. Okay. That's weird. That's where we're headquartered.
That's us.
Jordan, now it's your turn. Please ask a question.
Joe, thanks for doing this wonderful work. Who's on your cap table? Who's done due diligence on you? And what's the proof of the utility and the functionality of what you're building?
So we have a complete white paper data room. Our lead investor was Inverted Ventures out of Calgary that did the due diligence, easy for me to say. Happy to share any of that with you. Our data and our products are very thoroughly vetted out by a third-party lab. All of these products have to go through what's called NIJ certification to validate that we do exactly what we do. So it's not just us saying, it's actually validation.
So you are post-revenue, you're in the market, your product is in the DoD hands now?
Correct. MOD as well.
Thank you.
Marianne, the floor is yours.
Who are some of your competitors and how are you differentiating yourself from them?
So 2 different types of competitors. On the material science side, we compete with companies like Rogers Corp, who's had their XRD product, which was the innovation of the year back in 2012, and it's been around for 10 years. We are the next generation of that. The other competitors are new startups like D3O, which is based out of the UK. As you can imagine, in our country right now, there's a strong focus on made in the USA. So companies like D3O are losing out on any kind of DoD or MOD contracts.
Joe, you said new startups. You are 2023. You're not that old yourself. What are you talking about?
You saw the gray hair, right?
Okay.
We've been around since 2021.
All right.
Ready? Please ask your question, and it will be the last question for this Q&A session with this startup.
Joe, can you just show the revenue projections? Once again, I don't have any questions.
So this is, just to be clear, this is the defense industry specifically. This does not include any revenue from sports. We did this specifically based on the DoD, MOD, law enforcement industries.
Got it. Thank you.
And now the time for the Q&A is over. Please use our chat. And now let's move to Cognitive Talent Solutions. Francisco?
But before that, dear judges, please look at our event page and make sure you voted for all the wonderful startups that already pitched, because we need your vote to select the next unicorn to be. This is very important for all, and that's totally depends on you. So please make sure to vote for all the startups.
People
Yes.
can change their vote at the end, so you're not locked into a vote. If you vote now, you can always change it later on, guys.
Absolutely. Until votes are closed, you can always change your marks. Yeah, correct. Okay, let's move on, and thank you.
Thank you.
Back to Francisco. Let's start.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Francisco Morin. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Cognitive Talent Solutions. Our mission is to help companies unleash the power of organizational networks. We do this through our SaaS platform, Cognitive Network Analyzer, where we analyze and visualize informal interactions among employees, leveraging active data sources like online surveys and passive data sources like aggregated metadata from email and calendar tools. This way, we can map the network of collaboration and identify the informal leaders. These informal leaders can accelerate strategic change adoption, enhance the identification of high potential employees, and mentor new hires. And we integrate generative AI capabilities in our platform as well. Our leadership team comes from IBM and JP Morgan. I used to work at IBM for 5 years as a business analytics leader, and our CTO Thomas used to work at JP Morgan as a data scientist and as a software engineer. We come with experienced advisors, including the former CHRO of IBM, Diane Gerson, Francis Flynn, Professor of Organizational Behavior from Stanford, Angelo Di Fiore, partner at FinTech Ventures, and Juan Carlos Perez, the global president of DCH, which is the largest ecosystem of HR executives in Europe and Latin America. We have onboarded 15 paid clients, including 5 Fortune 500 companies, Thermo Fisher, CBRE, Hitachi, Medtronic, and Coca-Cola. We started doing some work in the public sector, onboarding a civilian agency, and are expected to onboard 2 organizations in the Department of Defense within the next months. We are uniquely positioned in the O&A market because we're one of the few vendors that work with active and passive data sources, meaning surveys and aggregated metadata from email and calendar. We're the only vendor that integrates generative AI capabilities for network analysis, which is patent pending at the moment. Our go-to-market strategy consists in a combination of direct sales and indirect partners, including HR consulting firms like Facton and People, technology partnerships. We are a global technology partner of ServiceNow, deployed a native O&A app in the ServiceNow store, onboarding the first clients, and also established a partnership with Google. We are building a global competitor to Microsoft Viva, which is going to be rolled out in Mexico in September and at global level at the end of the year. We also partner with government contracting partners like Catasoft and C5BDI. Our business model consists in a B2B SaaS model with an annual license fully paid in advance, where the price per employee is dependent on the number of employees analyzed. And we expect to end this year with $1 million ARR, a 10x increase from the previous year, and expect to reach the break-even point in 2025 with a $7 million ARR. Currently, we have a runway of 18 months. We have a bridge round of $1 million with a 2x liquidation preference. This is a price equity round. We have already committed $365K at a $20 million pre-money valuation. So we have $635K left to close the round. Previously, we've raised $1.5 million from Morgan Stanley and fund participated by Mark Andreessen. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Maxim, please ask your question.
Thank you, Francisca. Exactly the slide you showed about network we saw at Stanford. So do you collaborate with Stanford?
We are running joint research with Stanford on the role of social capital and diversity and inclusion. We also collaborate with the Stanford Seed program. That's currently the collaboration we have with Stanford.
So you enroll in the Stanford Seed program, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mariette, now it's your turn.
Yeah, could you talk about your pricing and do you have a freemium model?
Yeah, so right now, basically, we operate with a B2B SaaS model where the price depends on the number of employees analyzed. The higher the size of the project, the lower the price per employee. Typically, we look at a pilot of up to 400 employees at a target price of $50,000. We also have 2 ongoing deals in the Department of Defense of $1 million each. And typically, our average size is around $100,000, $150,000.
Olga, the floor is yours.
Yeah, can you please talk with me again, maybe I missed it, about problem solving, expand it a little bit, because I just heard about defining potential leader, and that's it. Can you expand a little bit?
Yes. Yeah, so we map the network of informal interactions based on surveys and email communication. We identify the informal leaders. These are people that are very influential, independently of their role or level of experience. These informal leaders can be leveraged as early adopters of strategic changes, and only 3% of informal leaders can influence up to 85% of the remaining population and improve change adoption by 70%. So first key use case, change management. Second use case is leadership development. Our research shows that 2/3 of high-performing employees are not recognized as informal leaders by their peers. If you make sure that high potential employees are high performers and informal leaders, you can change your leadership pipeline by 70%. That's the second use case, leadership development. The third primary use case is onboarding, where you can leverage informal leaders as buddies or mentors of new hires and shorten their time to productivity by 40%.
Sir Frost, please ask your question.
Hey, hi, Francisco. Great presentation. So you mentioned a little bit about partnerships. I was curious if those also give you access to distribution, because ultimately, how do you deal with the strong distribution networks that Microsoft and the Viva product that has, right? Which competing with essentially.
Yes. So right now we have 2 key technology partnerships. One is with ServiceNow. We deployed a native app on the ServiceNow store and already started onboarding Fortune 500 clients like Medtronic. And that is key for us to work in the Department of Defense. The second key technology partnership is with Google. We are currently building a global competitor to Microsoft Viva that will be released by the end of the year within the Google ecosystem.
Thank you very much. Unfortunately, the time is over. Please use our chat because we have only 3 minutes. And now let me introduce Bruce, the founder of Pavewise. Bruce, you will also have 30 minutes. Please share your presentation.
Right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for this opportunity. I'm very excited to introduce you to our product, Ground Truth by Pavewise. My name is Bryce Worry. I'm the proud CEO and co-founder of Pavewise with nearly 20 years of experience and over 1,800 miles of paved roads across America. I've witnessed firsthand the inefficiencies plaguing the construction industry. The infrastructure system is the backbone of the United States with an immense industry spend of $372 billion annually. However, it is one of the most inefficient industries. For example, 90% of projects face delays primarily due to weather disruption, costing average of $40 billion annually. Additionally, 30% of projects result in litigation with claims and disputes totaling $80 billion per year. Introducing Ground Truth, our SaaS software solution that integrates highly accurate on-site weather stations into construction projects. Ground Truth automates weather logging, identifies project risks, ensures project compliance, and provides resolution data for contracted parties based on site-specific project conditions. Our patent-pending technology delivers 95% accurate on-site weather data. Unlike competitors using less accurate APIs, our certified weather stations are unmatched precision. Our industry expertise allows us to understand and solve our customers' challenges, ensuring their success. Customers appreciate our technology and data. This data is crucial in maintaining project timelines and avoiding costly delays. Since our launch in July of 2023, we've onboarded over 276 users in our platform with a current MRR of 18K. We also have active pilots with 8 of the largest horizontal construction companies in the United States. We closed our pre-seed round in 2023, raising $1.3 million with over 50 crews in our software and a partnership with industry-leading companies like CRH Companies and CAT Equipment. We're gearing up for another round of funding. We aim to raise $5 million by April 2025 to expand our software within the industry further and make key hires like a VP of sales and a project manager. Our goal is to onboard 250 crews and meet a 3 million ARR by the end of December. Our team is our strength. Brittany, our COO, is an accomplished entrepreneur with extensive experience managing multiple construction companies. Jace, our CTO, is a seasoned software development leader with expertise in AI technologies and automation. And I've been recognized in the construction industry as an innovator in technologies and in construction processes. So with our process, our passion, and our drive, PaveWise is revolutionizing the construction industry with intelligent software solutions. Thank you.
Thank you. I already see the raised hands. Daniil, please ask your question.
Thank you. First of all, I love that you started with your personal story, and it just touched my attention right away. So I didn't get really, are you a hardware or software company? Because I saw some device in there, and you said that you are like measuring with high precision, like assuming that you are doing that so much better than your competition. So what's your like secret sauce, how you position against competitors? I didn't get that.
We currently don't have any competition. We are the only company using high precision hardware to give our software the data to make engines on decisions through our expertise. So we currently are the first mover on this, and we've gained a lot of traction, and that's kind of one of the reasons is a lot of the lack in the industry was they didn't have that high valuable data. We're the first ones to provide it to this industry.
Thanks.
Thank you, Rady. The floor is yours.
Bryce, inherently, the construction industry is known on schedule delays and projects going over the costs, right? But it's not clear to me you're addressing all the delays. That's one. And then secondly, how would you go against companies like Procore that are supposed to be addressing these problems?
To answer the first question, well, actually, I'll answer the second one first. Procore is very interested in what we have. We have a lot of discussions. They see it as a bolt-on to their existing software because they use APIs, and every customer we've talked to using their system is not happy. So Procore is already wanted. We've had discussions about taking our system and putting it in and adding value onto them. As far as the first question, we really, the industry, it's behavior change, but what we're finding is it's a mediation tool as well. So it's highly accurate data for everybody to agree on, so it doesn't get to litigation and make decisions together. There's some things that just can't be delayed in construction, but we can improve 15 to 18% we're finding on contract accuracy and finding risks to improve the overall projects.
Got it. Thank you.
Mariette, now it's your turn.
Yeah, first of all, it's great that you jumped in and solving a problem that you've experienced yourself. Could you talk about how it sounds like, what did you say, like several $1 million on software? How are you going to be investing this and managing that software cost, and how will that shift over time?
Yeah, I mean, right now our biggest hurdle is introducing something so new to the industry. We are a SaaS company. The hardware adds value to it. We're really honestly trying to figure this out ourselves right now. We originally started with just asphalt paving companies, and we've thank you, everybody.
Please continue in our chat. And next on the agenda is Ascent Integrated Tech. Kevin, the timer is set. Let's start. Please share your presentation.
Yeah, the other participant's still sharing.
Bryce, could you please stop sharing your screen?
All right.
Yes, let's
All right.
start.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kevin Sofin, and I'm the Director of Business Development for Ascent Integrated Tech, where we create tactical intelligence for emergency response teams. When the Chicago Fire Department shows up on scene, it kind of looks like what you see there on the photo on the right. Firefighters often go inside the building while incident commanders stay outside the building using this command board style setup. A whiteboard, magnets, stickers, whiteboard markers. It's a very inefficient way of monitoring the scene. And if you could imagine, think Find My iPhone with GPS. GPS does not work inside doors. So when first responders go inside the scene, you're relying on hope. And in first responder situations, hope is a losing strategy. Our solution is an indoor tracking and monitoring service for public safety, where we create DOM map as a SaaS service for first responders. We are using hardware and software agnostic technologies, and our core technology is based on using X, Y, and Z axis tracking. We received first place in a first challenge that was funded by NIST and PSCR, beating out 68 other teams, where we achieved 2 meter XY accuracy and 0.5 meter accuracy in the altitude and the Z. One of our main priorities is creating the most robust dot-on map that we can put on other industry map providers. And then we're also integrating different health monitoring capabilities with heart rate variability and alerting. So not only important to know where my people are, but understanding how my people doing. The unit economics are pretty simple. It's $1,000 per device per year with an 85% margin. And we have 3 buckets of customers: rural, suburban, and metro. And we've locked in 1 customer in each of these buckets. And you could imagine rural fire departments, shorter sales cycle, lower LTV, lower CAC, whereas metro, longer sales cycle, higher LTV, higher CAC. From a revenue perspective, we started in 2021, 2022, had some $700,000 of one-time government contracts. 2023 had $2.82 million in revenue with 20,000 reoccurring and 20 operators. And just this year, we expect to get around $4 million in total revenue, and $1 million of that being an ARR with 850 operators on the platform. From a market sizing perspective, we have about $500 million from urban firefighters and Air Force firefighting from a $500 million perspective in that market. But when we're starting to get into small unit, high intensity tactics from SWAT, hazmat, things like that, it's around a $50 billion global TAM. From a team perspective, we got 16 full-time members, and the 2 founders, Paul Kustin and Alex Gorsuch, both second-time founders, incredible humans that I have the fortune of working for, 9 fire advisory members and 13 industry board members. And then we're currently raising a $2 million round in a safe round, valued at a $25 million cap. If you got any questions, my name is Kevin Sofin, Director of Business Development for Ascent, and look forward to your questions, and thanks for the opportunity.
Great pitch, thank you. Let's hear the questions from our judges. Ready, the floor is yours.
What's your churn rate? Your revenue versus ARR drastically different. So
there's a lot of one-time government contracts in this. So we've had a lot of our funding has come from Air Force development contracts. But the more we get these one-time development contracts, it's continuing to push us towards developing these reoccurring customers. And from our 20 operators last year, all have re-signed for this year. And this year, in the next 3 months, we're deploying 300 different units to local and national first responder fire departments. So in the next 3 months, we'll have another 300 operators on the system.
Thank you.
Thank you. Charlotte, now it's your turn.
Thank you. I have a question about the product itself. I may have missed it. So is it a wearable? And just my second question,
so it's a combination
like a body camera?
Yeah, so hardware and software that integrates onto existing first responder wearables. So we actually are integrating currently to the first responder hardware device, which is often a phone. We are also in the process right now. The secondary part of our technology is we're building custom-built hardware that will ultimately integrate to the Android phone. So it's a phone that goes into the pocket. And a part that kind of ties into this is that we are taking, when I say the most robust dot-on map, we are taking GPS, ultra-wideband, inertial, visual. There's no silver bullet. We're taking all 4 of these technologies that exist in different ways within an Android phone and then creating the most robust dot-on map. And then we're also going to, in Q1 next year, introducing our custom-made hardware, which is using a combination of LiDAR and radar to be able to see through smoke and heavy particulate environments to be able to create the most robust dot-on map so incident commanders know where their first responders are inside GPS-denied environments.
Bridget, now it's your turn.
Yeah, very interesting. My question is around your exit strategy. Can you please talk us through that?
Yeah, there's a couple. I mean, we have the ability to continue to turn this into a profitable business by just selling to local and rural and medium fire departments. But a big one that we're doing right now is talking with these manufacturers, these large behemoths in the industry that make the SCBA, the wearables, and the fire service. And so we are talking with them and ultimately working on licensing, selling this type of technology to enhance these major players in the industry's ability to sell services to firefighters. So we are in conversations with these players already in a different type of acquisition strategy. But our hope is to continue to grow the business and potentially exit to one of these major manufacturers.
Do you have a timeline?
Anywhere from the next 1 to 36 months.
Mariette, now it's your turn.
I love it. What is your closest competitor doing?
There are some that are doing similar with taking technology to integrate in the phone, and then there are some that are doing different things where they're also integrating heads-up different technology like this. We realize there's
I'm sorry, the time is up. Could you please continue in the chat, send all the information, and everyone will be able to see it. Let's see the next startup, Sales Market. Santiago, your 3 minutes for pitch are starting soon. Please share your presentation. Let's start.
Sorry, I was muted. Can you guys see my screen?
Now it shows not full size.
El CRM de Monday.com para gestionar todo tu ciclo de ventas. Captura y...
Sorry, give me just 1 second again. Okay. Perfect. So my name is Santiago, and with Joe Greco, we are leading Sales Market. Sales Market is changing the way B2B is done. We aim to become the Amazon of B2B services, and Sales Market is an all-in-one B2B marketplace and platform for enterprise-grade sales, marketing, and tech solutions supported to help small and mid-sized businesses grow, powered by AI and FinTech. Sales Market was started 3 years ago as Sales Box, where we were just a lead gen company or sales agency. And over the last 3 years, we noticed that our customers were not only needing sales support, but also marketing and tech support. And so over the last 3 years, we've been able to generate 3.6 million in revenue with an average customer spend of around 14 to 15,000. What is the problem that we're solving? We saw that B2B sales are broken. Both buyers and sellers were losing time and money doing business. Buyers go online to hire a solution, and the market is overcomplicated, oversaturated, and once they hire a solution, they rarely meet expectations. On the seller side, it is expensive and inefficient. So a simplified B2B ecosystem is here. Our marketplace and platform efficiently connects buyers and sellers. Buyer goes online to our marketplace, a trusted brand where they can see turnkey sales solutions for marketing, sales, and tech, and sellers can easily plug in to deliver those solutions. We are productizing solutions with a blend between all the tech tools that you might need and expert teams to deliver. This is the new way to B2B. Our marketplace, we will attract customers while we will have this human-centric and live support. We're integrating embedded finance and AI and data, and services are normally not scalable. The way that we are scaling it is through our platform. Well, we will have a multi-vendor solutions delivering, multi-vendor partners delivering one solution through AI and tech. This is an exceptional market opportunity. The B2B market is actually bigger than B2C. It's projected to be $3 trillion by 2030, and the small and mid-sized businesses in the US are not being serviced. So we have a blue ocean and blue market opportunity. In our financials, they are very strong. We've been generating revenue since day one, and by the end of this year, we expect to be profitable, and from there, grow from onwards. We have an 80-person team of experts from around the globe, and our total team expense per month is less than 140,000. So we've been able to optimize our team expense, and we have team members from Goldman Sachs, Google, Amazon, and EY. We are raising 1.2 million under a SAFE agreement with a 13.4 valuation cap. Most of the use of funds will be to develop our proprietary technology, and this will give us an 18-month runway, a version 1 of our platform and marketplace, able to service 250 clients, and generate 4 million in revenue next year with 600K in profits around estimates. And I think I'm ready for questions. So thank you very much. And we can take the time to answer any questions that you guys may have.
Great. Let's start our Q&A session. Daniel, you are the first.
Thank you. Impressive traction. In terms of your business model, how do you make money again? In terms of your ideal customer, like, are you targeting specific customer or just everyone who is doing buying and selling business services? Like, it's really unclear, and what market you target and what specific audience you focus on.
Perfect. Yeah. So our ideal customer are small and mid-sized businesses in the B2B space, normally between 2 million to 20 million in revenue. It could be startups that do not have a sales team and we can easily be their sales team, or it could be a smaller mid-sized business that we can integrate to their sales team. And it could be, normally our customers have been, for example, marketing agencies, HR agencies, FinTech agencies, video production companies, multimedia agencies. And our business model is we have a 3-month, 6-month, and 12-month agreement with them. They can do, it starts with our core product, which is a lead gen product called Campaigns on Demand, but we also offer marketing products. We also offer tech products, website products, video products. In our core product, we have 30 to 50% estimated margins, and with our partner solutions, it's between 80 to 110%.
Thank you, Philip. The floor is yours.
Hi, 2 questions here. Number 1, who do you think your value proposition is for? Are you trying to aggregate all the vendors in one place so that you can offer better pricing to the buyers, or are you trying to get all the buyers in one place so that the
We're
vendors
actually
have an easier go-to-market?
Perfect. We're actually connecting the dot on both ends. So on the buyer's end, any company or startup or small business needs revenue. And so that's why it's our core product. And beyond that, we see that they need needs for like a website design upgrade or marketing. And in terms of the sellers, most of the time, for example, video production companies that are becoming our partners, they tell us, hey, I want to focus in my passion, which is video production or website design. And then you just guide me the client. So we're connecting both the buyers and the sellers through this one trusted brand where everybody is integrated, and our platform, our proprietary technology is making those multi-vendors deliver the solutions.
Then my second question, how does this, sorry, just to throw in my second question, is this very different? I'm not an expert, but is this very different from Tropic or Coupa or other procurement and B2B marketplaces?
I would actually have to look up on those. We see that in the competitive space, we're the only ones that are really connecting a full turnkey solution where all the tech tools that you need and an expert team to deliver are fulfilling it. So I'm not entirely sure. We've seen something called the Nacho, but they're only focusing on the tech tools, optimizing the tech tools for a company. We're doing the same. We do everything from optimizing the tech tools to also having the teams that execute those solutions.
David, please ask a question.
Yeah, on the slide that's showing your revenue and sales, it looks like every year your net profit is going down. And so how do you expect to change that from going down to going up substantially next year?
Perfect. I'll answer the question on chat, and thank you very much for all of the questions.
And now we have our last but not least startup, Saga. Russell, the floor is yours. The timer will be started now. Please share your screen, make it full. Let's start. Russell, you're probably muted. I don't hear anything.
How's that?
Now it's better. Now I can hear you.
Okay, great. Hi, everyone. I'm Russell, the co-creator of Saga, and we build AI tools for filmmakers. Meet Tig, who works in the film industry as a stunt coordinator, but dreams of becoming a Hollywood producer and needs to make their own films first to get discovered. Tig is new to screenwriting, but easily gets started typing Shadow Protocol as the title, with a log line about a retired army operative, and then clicking Generate to get ideas for a compelling theme about personal redemption. Tig enters basic details about the characters like the hero John Mercer, but needs help selecting from archetypes like the Rebel to make John multidimensional and relatable. When it's time to plan out the story structure, Tig types in Act 1 and how Act 3 ends maybe, but get stuck trying to connect them in Act 2, clicking generate for the perfect ideas. Finally, TIG is ready to start screenwriting, and Saga has a full script editor with the styles and hotkeys screenwriters are used to. When TIG gets notes from their agent recommending a scene to be 30 seconds longer and more dramatic, Saga effectively helps them rewrite at the click of a button. And yes, if writer's block hits and TIG needs a first draft for the next line or scene, Saga is there to help. It knows all the plot, characters, and acts, helping come up with the perfect dialogue. But that's not all. Saga is also a full storyboarding application, letting TIG select from common shot types with simple teaching guides since he's new to cinematography. Saga knows what all the characters look like, so TIG doesn't need to learn prompt engineering. It can easily describe what they're looking for. We've even started adding animation features next, letting TIG pre-visualize each scene. So in just a few days, TIG can make their idea a reality with a full screenplay and storyboards ready to shoot, something that can take years and tens of thousands of dollars hiring experts to help. We relaunched in the fall, growing 30% a month in revenue since then, with 45% of users converting to paid from our free trial. We're hearing great feedback from major producers of Breaking Bad and American Psycho, who tell us how amazing and impressive Saga is for story development, nearly 80,000 YouTube subscribers and millions watching our demos. We charge $20 per month in the US and are looking at adding premium and enterprise plans later this year. Now, there's a wide landscape of generative AI tools, many of which generate text, images, or video. But we'll win because our app is tailor-made for filmmakers, delivering the highest quality story and video outputs using the best AI models available. We'll get to 100 million in ARR by capturing nearly 500,000 of the creatives in film, gaming, and the creator economy before adding new languages and expanding to film markets around the world like India, Bollywood, Nigeria, Nollywood, Japan, Western Europe, and more. Our team is perfect for this with a Hollywood filmmaker and AI product manager. We're actually brothers who've been making movies together for over 30 years. My brother's a writer, won multiple awards. So again, I'm Russell, the co-creator of Saga, and we build AI tools for filmmakers. Thank you.
Thank you. Now it's time for our final Q&A session. Mariette, ask your question.
Thank you. Very cool. Can you talk to me about what customer testing you did and what process you went through to understand unmet needs for integrating the different features, besides just your own expertise? Yep. Sometimes we're biased.
Yeah, thanks for the question, Mariette. So we actually started during the pandemic when Y Combinator put their program online. So we went through their startup school, and with that, you're interviewing multiple writers every week. Directors, producers, filmmakers. My brother works as an assistant director on Toronto and Vancouver and LA. So through his network, we probably interviewed close to 100 people and then retested our prototype with them, most of them. And that's when we launched our first paid product.
Thank you, Daniel. Now it's your turn.
Well, looks great. I'm not an expert in the industry, but the story was really clear. You said that you are charging $20 per month from users, yes. So you're targeting the writers. Who are your strategic partners to actually help you accelerate access to the market like significantly faster than you're doing it now?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, my brother helped us get into the Canadian film industry, and we have some mentors, Mark Randolph, the co-founder of Netflix, and some others we started off targeting consumers, which we knew, and through online advertising. And now we've made a lot of connections in the industry, and that's got us introductions to move from consumer up to enterprise. So we're in conversation with studios like Michael Bay Cinema, NBC Universal, Disney Pixar, Agbo, the Russo brothers. And so now it's just through word of mouth. AI, now that the strikes are done, it's such a hot topic that people just keep passing us around.
Thank you.
Thanks for your question.
Ready?
Oh, okay. Two questions. One is productivity gains. What have you seen from the deployments? And secondly, quality-wise, how is the quality comparable to what people can do?
Yep, thanks for the question, Reddy. So
My brother did a case study with himself because he's a writer. He took an idea from a studio on spec and wrote a 100-page screenplay in 10 days, part-time, after work and on weekends. And when he sent it to his agent, they said, wow, this is probably the best work you've ever done. So we've solved a lot of the hallucination problems and sort of cliche problems that ChatGPT gives with our prompt engineering and the structure of our app by passing the whole movie with each API call.
Unfortunately, the time is up. Please use our chat to ask additional questions. And now I'll give the floor to Anna.
Thank you, Anna, for leading this speech contest. Dear judges, we have some time for you to finish voting. In less than a minute, our voting will be closed. So make sure, please, you voted for all the startups. They all were great, all different, but everybody had very interesting solution in what they're doing. And the founders have achieved a great results in their fields. And I don't want to be on your place because it's really hard to evaluate the investment potential of such great guys, but I am sure you managed to do this. I am very confident that you are the very great ones we had picked. Okay, in less than 20 seconds, we'll be closing the votes. My team, why do we have hands raised? Reddy and Mariana. Okay, so we have 10 seconds to go. And in 10 seconds, our votes will be closed and we will talk a little bit about startups, hear your feedback on the startups, discuss who will be our future unicorn. Okay, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And votes are closed. Okay, so let's talk about our startups. We don't have, you don't see who the winner is, neither do I. It's all done online. You will witness it right now. We just, I will share my screen and we will see who the winner is, but not right now. Let's talk, who do you think and why do you think it's worthy to be the winner? Who is specifically fond of any startup? Please speak up. Let's talk about like one by one about our startups. Let's start with the QSecure. Who can comment on QSecure? Dear judges. Yes. Kelly, go ahead.
First of all, thank you, Anna and Maxim, for organizing another great event. And all the startups did a great job. So for QSecure, based on my investment interest and resources in the industry, I chose QSecure as the winner for today because the market potential for the upcoming content resilient cyber upgrade is immense, and their product is solid with strong partnerships in place.
Great, thank you so much, Kelly. Reddy, what do you have to say about QSecure?
Yeah, so quantum technology has immense potential, and when you combine that with the AI and security, it's extremely powerful, and I'm very impressed by their revenue numbers.
Thank you, Reddy. And Mariette?
Yeah, I agree. I thought that was very impressive. I thought the presentation itself could have been a little good. I actually liked the opening. I thought it was very clear with the value proposition, but you didn't have time to say what your ask was or why or what you're going to do with the money or what your finances were. So I think when you're doing a presentation, you want to make sure you incorporate all those elements.
Skip, you can speak up.
Oh yeah, I was trying to thank you very much, everybody, for the feedback. Much appreciated. Yes.
and the support. Thank you.
Okay, let's hope you're the one. So Benrion Capital Management. Benrion Capital Management. What about them? A wonderful woman presenting that. FinTech. Olga, you said you're fond of FinTech. What do you think about them? Please give me your vision. Mariette, yes?
Okay, I do a lot of pitch feedback, so I'm happy to give that if you guys want that.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, I just didn't feel that there was any information about the target audience. I don't feel like it spoke to me at all because, yeah, I think that could have been a lot clearer. Like, who is your target? Who are you going after? And I just didn't get any sense of what your end customers would be like.
Okay. Any feedback from startup? Yeah, Jordan, Maxime, wonderful. Jordan, let's start with you. I don't hear you. Please unmute yourself.
Maxim was here first. Come on, Maxim.
Kishri, I like the energy you pitched, really. So, like, please go on. Like, I feel the vibe. Yeah, the energy level was very good.
It's always important. Totally agree with you. Jordan?
I like the fact it was all women founders, but like Marietta said, missed the boat, didn't quite understand the value proposition and what makes it unique among the 300 others that are doing this. So maybe you can fine tune on that.
Okay, thank you for this feedback. Daniel, then Olga goes.
Yeah, it was impressive presentation, and women founders making a great job. I didn't find valuable technology that would be attractive to stand out right now. That was my take.
Okay, and Olga, what do you think?
We're still about the FinTech, right, Anna? You asked me,
Yeah.
you asked me to comment. I was choosing what to say, and then actually, I was thinking during the entire pitch what alternative means in this specific case, and I didn't ask this question. And I'm still thinking about it when I think about the startup, so I didn't get the answer on that. So maybe I can figure it out later, but that's the main thing. Basically, I'm joining the opinions of my colleagues who made comments.
Thank you very much, Shana.
Thank you for the feedback. This is helpful. We have found that folks who are not directly interacting in the wealth management industry struggle to understand our value proposition, but the folks who are adjacent to us jump on it all day long. So the folks like Morningstar and JP Morgan and things. So the feedback from you guys is really important to us because somehow we need to be able to communicate our value proposition to folks who don't deal with the problem every day. And so this is helpful. Thank you.
Absolutely great to help. And Dilpet and Adam. Startup number 3. Yes, Mariette?
Yeah, let's see, what was I going to say? I thought you spent a little bit too much time on the team. Let's see. I like the fact that you talked about buyer data. I thought that was super impressive, and your differentiation on that point. I thought maybe not having a freemium would be a little tough, and starting at, I think it was $4.99 a month, might be a little difficult.
Thank you so much. And Jordan?
This is for everybody, but this one, your social footprint, your online footprint and breadcrumbs is super important for you to get money. And in this case, there was some incorrect information out there, which basically could have killed the fundraising. They say that they raised $4 million, but that's incorrect. So clean up your social media, make sure it's representing what you do and who you are. Otherwise, you're going to miss out when the investors sizing you up. Everything is 5 seconds away these days, literally.
Very good. Thank you so much. And Doug Mehta and Joseph, startup number 4. Who can give me feedback on that? Yes, Jordan.
I loved it. Absolutely loved it. First, the name is cool, Star Trek, Sheldon Cooper. It's amazing. It's awesome. 2, it's got a great mission, DoD. It's also helping athletes, blah, blah. I think he did a great job. I think you could have emphasized a bit more on the traction because when we probed in, he was bringing in the traction. So you got my top vote, Mr. Sheldon Cooper, Dark Matter Star Trek guy.
Okay,
Thank you.
startups. Are you writing down whom to contact after the pitch? Yes, Maria.
Yeah, I thought the name was cool also. I thought your tagline initially was vague, but then the second slide, it was like, oh, now I really get it. I thought that was really good. So you might want to flip that. And even though you talked about how it's raw materials are all going to the same, you're all making the same raw materials for every segment. As an investor and a startup person, I get a little concerned when I see people going after 4 different markets or whatever it was, because you still have to have different capabilities in terms of your sales approach, and that gave me a little bit of a concern.
Hey, Joseph. Joseph from Dark Matter. Will we hear anything from you?
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that feedback. One of the things that the raise is being used for is actually to expand our sales team so that we're more vertically integrated for the market that we're going into. The same person couldn't be on sorting goods that's on dealership. So completely agree.
Okay, we have problems hearing you, but we heard that you appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. And startup number 5, Cognitive Talent Solution, and Francisco. Who can give yes, ready?
So one of the challenges I had with the presentation was it was not clear to me what the unique way the company's value is. The value, it's not very clear. What technology, it talked about AI, but how is that going to be differentiating you guys?
Okay, thank you. Very valuable comment. Mariette.
Yeah, I actually thought your presentation visually was really beautiful. I like that a lot, and you did very clear voice. I think that in my experience with some B2B SaaS companies, it can be very difficult to break into customers when you start with a very, very high price tag. So that'd be something I would want to dig into a little more.
Okay, thank you. Francisco, will we hear your feedback on the comments?
Thank you. I appreciate the feedback. I'll be happy to answer each of these questions in more detail separately. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. And Paywise and Bryce was the next one to pitch. Felipe, yes, please.
I thought it was a good presentation. I did see a question about competition and Bryce saying that there was none. Somebody was mentioning in the chat that that's something you shouldn't do, but potentially you should reframe it instead. It's like, what are the alternative solutions and the pain points that they bring? They could reinforce your initial product and need that you're trying to support. And then alternatively, just as another potential advice piece, it'd be interesting to hear more on how you're creating a defendable competitive advantage, considering that the data and the hardware is not yours.
Okay, wonderful. And Mariette, yes.
Yeah, I liked it. One thing I just would give you a little feedback on is maybe not to say that you're figuring it out like that, because if you're asking people for millions of dollars, you should be able to clearly tell people what you're going to do with that money.
Okay, good. Bryce, what do you have to say?
Thank you so much for that feedback. I owned a construction company less than a year ago. I didn't know what SaaS or venture capital was, so I'm learning as I go. But we got a product that solves a problem, and we're helping an industry. That's our biggest passion. So
You're doing good. Everything is fine. And next one was Ascend and Kevin. Also another defense startup. What about it? Who liked it the most? Who put it up front? Yes, Mariette?
I did really like this. I thought Kevin's presentation was really great. It was really tight. I wanted to hear a little bit more about what the closest competition was, but I thought it was really great. It was a great presentation.
Okay, thank you. Jordan.
I am super biased. I brought them in.
Yeah.
I love those guys. but I'm hard on them. So I would have loved to have clearer revenue explanation between the one-time revenue and the ARR. You could have hit a home run there. And I think the pipeline and the potential what you could do is also something you can emphasize on. Otherwise, go Kevin, go.
Good. Kevin, did you go or you are with us?
Trying to go every day, brick by brick. We appreciate the opportunity. We're looking for ways to collaborate. We're focused on supporting firefighters and warfighters, and any way to collaborate, we look forward to it. So thank you all.
Doing good. Thank you, Kevin, so much for this. And sales market, and Joe was the 8th startup. Who wants to say about him? About the salt kit? Yes, Jordan.
Joe worked for me. He had a little rough start, but he recovered nicely. I love that. He finished on time, which is great. It's not my sector. It's not my market, so I didn't quite understand it. But I think you sailed smoothly, so well done.
Okay, very good. Sounds good, Mariette.
I actually really loved your opening where you just said B2B is broken. I love it when people do an emotional hook on their pitch. I thought that was really good.
That's a good comment. And Joe?
Thank you for those comments. I do apologize for that rough start. I just had some technical difficulties on my computer. And yeah, we're changing the way B2B is done, making it simple, making it very efficient, saving the small businesses time. So glad to pitch, and anybody can connect. I sent a bunch of links on the chat, so glad to connect.
Thank you for this. Yeah, Daniel, do you have comments on Joe?
On the next one.
On the next one, yes. The next one is Saga and Russell. Who has to say? Yes, start with Daniel.
Yeah, so I loved most of the pitches, but this one stand out to me because the guys are focused narrowly on a specific niche and specific film industry, and the way they solve this to me it's kind of clear, straightforward, and the traction they show and the market feedback is also quite outstanding. So I like the way they responded about the partnerships. I think this is they can leverage a lot, and so I'm glad the guys are pushing it that way.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Mariette.
Yes, I love this one. I'm super excited about this company. And the only thing I was thinking about when you were doing it initially was, would this work? Because I'm actually building an AI tool myself right now, and it's challenging to make it work the way we want. So I think maybe addressing the fact that it works early was good, and also just talking about the customer reception, because I know in the creative industry, people are obviously concerned about having their jobs taken away by AI. But I loved it. That was great.
Thank you so much. And Marianne.
I really like that you and your brother have like the perfect skill set for that. You bring the technology and he brings his story writing experience. My feedback for this is to talk a little bit more about the technology. Like, are you using your proprietary AI, your own, what LLMs are you using? But other than that, I think that it's a great market and it's due for disruption, and you're in a good position to do that. So great job.
Thank you for feedback. Ready?
Russell, I love the idea. I have a friend who is going into the film production, and from a different perspective. That's for the schedule. The industry is ripe for disruption. And while I did not see the quality, again, I'm not an expert, I don't write for films, but what you said in your story is true. You guys are doing an amazing job, and you are going to capture the market.
Thank you so much.
Great prediction, Jamal.
Yeah, so I absolutely loved how Russell used customer journey story, to personify precise problem. But whenever you're using a customer journey story, what we really want to understand, all right, so this is one customer, but how big the problem is, generally speaking, when it comes to the entire market, right? So things like, 8 out of 10 screenwriters or writers face this particular problem, something that can substantiate the personified problem that you initially started with. But absolutely loved it. The way that you came up with the customer journey story was something that no one else did, and that was your edge when it comes to pitching and having this particular session.
Thank you,
so much.
Jamal. Felipe?
I really like this presentation. One of the high points for me was the 45% conversion rate that you guys have. Just two quick pieces of advice. I would dive deeper into alternative solutions or competition and how other people are getting it done. And then secondly, I would be crisper about how you present your traction thus far. And if you can include it, how you fundraised in the past, or how much money you put into the business, all these different aspects of traction would be interesting to see in a single slide.
Great. Yeah, happy to answer all these on LinkedIn or email. Please do connect with me.
And I learned a lot from the pitches, and I learned a lot from the judges' feedback. And I'm so happy that we have such experts supporting us in every event. And are you ready to see who the winner is? I surely am. And please publish the results because we would like to see them. And I hope my team heard me and results are published. We are refreshing the page. Ta-da! Yes, Saga, congratulations. Russell, you are the winner.
Thank you so much.
Is very close. Ascent is also pushing it. But the winner can be only one. You'll be introduced to our team for the in-person events, and we will see you in our Palo Alto event space. And yes, it's your moment of glory. Say whatever you want.
Just want to thank you for the opportunity. This is my first startup. It's been a journey. There's been some ups and downs, and so days like this just make it really, really worth it. And I agree with the comments. AI and Hollywood, it's about to go through a huge disruption. And we started planning this in 2021. Definitely one of the first doing it. We think we have one of the best apps. There's people in Hollywood. Producer Breaking Bad, I talked to him the other day. He's using it. And so we really think it's going to democratize and let anyone in the world with a story to tell make a movie. And we think that's going to improve the world, not reduce jobs, but really just give us more incredible stories and movies to watch. So thank you so much. And thanks to you, Anna and Maxim and everybody for having me.
Wonderful. It was so great to hear all the pitches. Sagan, congratulations again for winning this. And Jaja, thank you for participation. You are the best ones. I know John wants to make a picture, so please put your videos on. John, am I assisting?
All right, everyone. Show us big smile. Everyone. Smile. 1, 2, 3. Cheers. Cool. Thank you so much, everyone. And congratulations to all.
Yes, thank you for participating. I see you all on the 10th of September online, 22nd of August in person. Come see us, meet us, teach us. We are always happy to see new faces, and always my dear ones, the judges that I see always. I'm so happy that you're with us for so many years. And see you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Great one.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, and bye-bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. You can stop the recording.